All right, video number 3, gang. So you want to start a 6-figure business or grow a 6-figure business from home. Video number 3. If you haven't watched the first 2 videos, go back and watch those. You can get them through YouTube. I'll create a link in the description. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, do so. You can also get that in the description. And if you're listening on the podcast, click the subscribe button below. That will not only help me, but it'll also help other people who might find value in this content discover this a little bit easier. So let's get to it. All right. So far, we've talked about using your own resources to create a business. If you're wanting to create a bakery or baked goods, you probably have an oven. If you want to create a lawn maintenance business, you probably already own a lawnmower and the equipment needed to mow grass, right? So use the resources you have available to you. We've also talked about your vision and what you want your life and this business to be. That's very, very important, because if you don't know what you want from this business, then you're probably not going to like the final chapter in this book called Your Life. So definitely do that. Video 3, we're going to talk about identifying your customer or your ideal customer. And this one's important, kind of the same thing, because it's going to figure out, you already know what you want your business to look like. You already, hopefully, in the next little bit, you'll know what you want from a customer standpoint. And then that's going to help you determine what offerings you create, what problems you solve, and of course, how you solve them. But if you don't know what you want from your business and you don't know what your customer base is, that's very hard to solve problems when you don't know who you're solving them for. So super important. I can't say that enough. And I always start this one off with, start with the physical aspects. Someone's walking by waving at me. Start with the physical aspects of the customer. And a lot of people just jump past that and they say, why is that important? It's not important because I serve everybody. So first thing, if you are trying to be all things to all people, then you're going to be nothing to no one. You can't solve everyone's problem. You're going to solve a very specific problem for a very specific person. Then it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. So I say start with, the customer first, and then obviously start with the physical aspects. And this is what I mean by that. So let's take a couple different instances. Say you want to start a daycare. You're going to start a daycare, and you know that most people aren't going to drive 50 miles to go to the daycare. They're usually going to drive a little bit out of their way, but ideally they want to have their daycare be between where they live and where they work, right? Because they're not going to go out of their way. So you start looking around the community and you start realizing what people live in that area. So 2 different types of people, 2 different examples. Option A, or example A. The person or the people that live in that area predominantly are in their early 20s, single moms, right? That's example A. Example B is married couples in their 40s. All right. Now, why is the physical aspect important? And I say get real deep into the physical aspect. But why is the physical aspect important? Well, think about it. Most people are in their 40s. They have one thing. They have 2 incomes, whereas the example A only has 1 income. People in their early 20s versus people in their middle 40s are probably a little more advanced in their career. Thusly, they're going to have a little bit more income coming into the home. So, example B, do those people maybe be willing to pay for a better curriculum in those daycares, right? Better type of care? Are they going to be more concerned with the type of foods that you serve, right? Are they willing to pay for a little bit nicer lunches? You're right, they are, right? Are they they want that Montessori type school? Whereas example A, are they fine with mac and cheese? Do they care if it's, are they looking for the discount, or are they looking for that higher end, better quality care? Are they looking at the learning curriculum? So 2 totally different types of people, 2 totally different types of economic brackets. And it's super duper important because it's going to determine your business model. It's going to determine your offerings. It's going to determine the solutions you provide. A lot of different things. Let's say the single moms, you start realizing your community, most of those people probably go to work at a different time in the day versus the people who maybe have dual incomes and, they have a different work schedule, right? They don't work late evenings. They don't work shift work at your local plant or your refinery. So huge differences. That's going to change your business, or could potentially change your business in a massive way. So first thing I say, start with identifying who you serve and the physical aspects of it. And then you can start getting into all those other things like the psychographics and the other demographics. So very, very important. Start with the physical aspects. I say get down to the DNA of your people, right? who are they and what experiences and knowledges or things do they have in their brain have they learned over their lifetime, because those can make differences. Are they college educated or are they not? These are going to determine a lot of different things. And I know it sounds brutal. I know it kind of sounds mean. And I'm sorry. I'm even sorry that I have to say it. It sounds horrible, but it's just the truth of it. You're going to have to get real clear on your customer, and you're going to have to come to reality with that's just the way it is, right? You're not going to like it, but you're going to have to be truthful, because if you just paint a rosy picture of the community you live in or the community that you're going to start your business in, you're going to be very disappointed at the results, because your business is not going to perform by those rose-colored glasses or those rainbows you painted. It's going to perform with the world you live around, the reality of exactly who it is that you serve. So, sounds mean, don't mean to be mean, but sometimes it's just the truth of it, and you're going to have to come to terms with that so that you can create a very realistic picture of your customer base, or very realistic picture of your business, and of course, create a profitable and successful business based off that information. That's all I got for you today, guys. Hope that you learned at least one thing that'll help take you to the next level.